Hello, hello, loves. You are listening to the Love Life with Court show. And as always, I am your host, Courtney. If this is your first time tuning into the pod, well, welcome to the family. And if not, here is a warm welcome back. Without further ado, let's get started on today's episode. Hello, loves. I hope you are having the most amazing day today. And I hope your day is filled with peace and love and abundance. And if not, that's not resonating, well, this is a space for everybody, no matter how you're feeling. And this episode is going to be a good one. Why, you may ask? Well, this episode is the 50th episode of the Love Life with Court show. And I am just soaking it all up. This has been such an amazing experience, and it continues to be just an amazing and speechless journey. And I'm really beginning to see all the mindset shifts that are happening for so many people. And it's just so rewarding and exciting. And I cannot wait to see where the next 50 episodes will take us. But anywho, today, in light of this special event, we are going to kind of summarize everything that I've been focusing on in the podcast in terms of things like self-love, overcoming childhood traumas, embracing challenges in life, building self-awareness, healing your inner child. We are going to take all of that and understand the whole purpose behind this, which is believing that we are deserving of the life we have. Because no matter how hard we work on ourselves and build our self-awareness and our self-love and just continue on this journey, it means so much more when we believe that we deserve it. So that is going to be the focus of today's episode, is understanding and embracing this life that you deserve. And the reason why I chose this topic today is the other day I had a really hard day with the other job that I do. I do independent contracting and work with children with behavioral issues and specifically diagnosis of autism. And I just had a really, really hard day. I came home, I had a huge breakdown that lasted quite a while. My husband ended up staying up late, even though he had to work the next day. He was just there for me and making sure that I felt better before going to sleep. And I had thought to myself during this, hard moment, I thought that I really deserve this. And thinking that and saying that has been such an eye-opening experience. And all of this has just been a really significant reflection on what this podcast has been doing, not just for you, but for me. Everything that I am learning along this journey, I'm continuously wanting to come back to you and share it with you. But along this journey, I have to say that I have been learning a lot in terms of self-love and self-awareness and self-compassion and just understanding the person I am, the values I have, and the beliefs that I live by, and saying to myself and thinking that this is the life I deserve, this is the man that I deserve, this is the experiences that I deserve, is such a 360 or 180, whatever it is, from where I was previously, and not believing that I was deserving of love and deserving of such an amazing and fulfilled life. This episode is for really anyone on their journey of self-love and self-development and personal development, whatever you want to call it, whatever your journey looks like. This episode is for you, and understanding that every challenge in your life, every part of your life is an opportunity for you to learn, for you to heal, and for you to grow, and eventually really value the life that you have built based on these values and beliefs that you continue to learn and absorb and live by. Now, before we dive headfirst into what does it mean to live a life that I feel I'm deserving of, or you feel that you are deserving of, we're going to look at some whys and really diving deep into why you may have these limiting beliefs that you are not deserving of the life you have or the life you are manifesting. And first thing is, why do you feel like you're not good enough? Well, the typical response is when someone feels like they're not good enough, it stems from feelings of insecurity and low self-worth. And these are a typical direct link to adverse childhood experiences. So relating that to the experiences we had during our childhood. And a component of this are experiencing things like imposter syndrome, where you have a strong experience of self-doubt and feeling like a fraud, personally or professionally. This can be in your personal life and the friends and the relationships that you are building and the life that you have, or even professionally if you're trying to pursue some form of profession or currently in the midst of that and you feel like you just do not belong or that you're, feeling like a fraud. Now, other components of feeling that we are not good enough and what this stems from are things like mental health conditions, low self-esteem, perfectionism, and the biggest one is not accepting your past decisions. And I want to dive into that very shortly when it comes to how our past really influences our future. But for a long time, I didn't believe that I was deserving of a healthy relationship or a healthy body or a healthy lifestyle, a healthy home, whatever it was. And even though I couldn't really acknowledge that, like say, no, I'm not deserving of that, it was reflected into my reality every day based on the relationships that I shared with people, the way that I treated my body. It was physically visible that I believed that I was not deserving of this, even though consciously it was not something that I was openly admitting. And this was due to a pattern of previous relationships that I have shared with either family or close friends and what those relationships looked like for me. Now, I'm sure there's a point in your life where you can recognize where these beliefs are coming from. So really ask yourself, why do you feel like you're not good enough? And when I dive into my whys, I ask why and why and why and why until I get to the root answer. That is the most helpful thing for me, no matter what's going on. Understanding why I feel that way can give you such a healing experience. But let's continue with the more specific questions, like why is it helpful to work through these experiences of feeling as though you're not deserving or the life that you have things like imposter syndrome. By working through these experiences, you learn how to challenge these thoughts and focus on your good qualities. By focusing on the good qualities, it can be one way to move forward into a healthier mindset. And having these practices can allow you to build more healthier responses or coping mechanisms to when you are feeling like you may not be good enough for the experiences that you are having. And number two, on why it's helpful to work through these experiences, is it's an opportunity to relinquish the limiting beliefs from the past that are no longer serving you. And again, I'm going to dive into this, but let's keep going with our third question. So second question, why do you believe it is helpful for you to work through these experiences? Ask yourself this, reflect on this. What areas of your life do you think will substantially improve when you begin to work on the deep rooted cause of these limiting beliefs that you have about yourself? And the third question is, why is shifting this thought process beneficial for you? How will it help you? How will it change things for you? And number one is, what you believe of yourself is what manifests into your reality. So on the spiritual side or the law of attraction side of everything we're talking about, if you have these limiting beliefs of the life that you are deserving of or the relationships that you believe you deserve or that you don't feel like you fit in certain situations, feeling like a fraud, significant self-doubt, whatever this is going to continue to reflect into your reality. Hence, not really helping you along your journey of manifestation where you are trying to attract and build a life that you truly desire. What you hold onto from your past becomes a reflection of your future. And this ties back into with what you believe of yourself is what manifests into your reality. So where we have these experiences in the past that has shifted what we believe of ourselves, this continues to be reflected into our future. Other reasons why shifting this thought process is so beneficial for you could be things like the relationships you believe you are deserving of are the relationships that will continue to harvest. The beliefs we have regarding the life we are deserving of and the people we are deserving of and so forth will continue to be reflected into our current and future experiences. So essentially, if you can see the pattern, whatever you are holding on to currently is continuing to be reflected into your reality, not just now, but in your future as well. So if you have the opportunity to begin to shift your thought process where it will really support what your future will look like, what you will be able to manifest, why the heck not? And to go into really what holds us back most, which are things from the past, our childhood, the relationships we shared with others, the experiences we have, I really want to touch on the article that Dr. Joe Dispenza writes that is entitled, Let Your Past Life Be a Past Life. I'll read the passage that he wrote that was just so eye-opening for me and is something that I continue to preach to others, starting with, I've learned that one of the main reasons people talk poorly about their past is because their present life isn't working. For most people, living in the safety and comfort of the known past is a lot safer than stepping out into the unknown future. Living in the past also validates all the traumas and betrayals we had in our life, not to mention it makes for a great excuse why we haven't been able to change. What most people don't realize, however, is that when we excuse ourselves for someone or something, we give away our power to that person or thing or event in the past, and as a result, we give away our power and ability to change. He goes on to say, let's face it, we've all had traumas, shocks, and betrayals in our life which have created strong emotional charges. It makes sense then that the stronger the emotional reaction you have to someone or something, the more you pay attention to the cause. When something with a strong emotional quotient occurs in our life, the brain freezes the scene and takes a snapshot of the event. Now the picture becomes holographically embossed in our neural circuitry, and this is the normal process of how a long-term memory is created. Our problems begin when we continuously think and feel with the boundaries of the past experiences and feel within the chemicals of that past emotion. And when we think and feel for long enough within the confines of the event, it ultimately becomes our state of being. That's because how we think and how we feel becomes our state of being. So if you wake up in the morning and start to think about your problems, the moment you think about the memory of that problem, you're thinking in the past. Since each memory has an emotion associated with it, the moment you feel that emotion, the body is now in the past because thoughts are the body of the brain and feelings are the language of the body. Now your brain and body are completely in the past, and as a result, you feel unhappy, frustrated, sad, or deflated from the memories of your problems. Your body doesn't know the difference between the real life event or the memory driving your thoughts, and you can't think greater than how you feel. You're thinking in the past. As your feelings become your means of thinking, you create more of your past. And this is when people start saying to you, why haven't you changed? Why are you so sad? And you'll say, I'm this way because of this person or this event. When you say such things, you become a victim of your life because you're unconsciously stating a person, thing, or event that is controlling how you think and feel. And if your thoughts and feelings create your reality, you keep reaffirming and recreating the same reality. Think about that all for a second. So much of your time is being spent on the past that you are never getting out of it. No matter if you start your day waking up about the problem, or you end your day with thinking about a similar problem or event or person, you are constantly stuck in this state of past. And when you are stuck in that, what happens? There's really no future or change or desire for things to be embraced and to really enjoy life and believe that you are deserving of this life because you are so stuck in the past. Now, what can you do to begin breaking the cycle of limiting beliefs and live the life you are deserving of? Well, number one is increase your self-understanding. Understand what your limiting beliefs of yourself are and challenge them. Right now, I want you to think of things that you are truly deserving of. Love, happiness, success, abundance, relationships, friendships, kindness from others, a roof over your head, the shoes on your feet, the jacket on your back. And if you don't believe you are deserving of much, why is this? What are these limiting beliefs stemming from? Challenge every limiting belief and understand where this is coming from. Like I said in the beginning, just continue to ask yourself why until you get to the answer. Because I promise you along that, you will have that aha moment. You'll be like, it was related to this event, or it's a response that I have been continuing to do since a child, or it is because of this person's experience or experience I had with this person. But keep in mind that when we get there, we need to get out of that victim role and stop giving the power to something else or someone else. And the best way to do this is sit there and just ask yourself why until you get to the root answer. Number two on breaking the cycle is taking responsibility for yourself. Shift away from I'm not deserving or that victim role and embrace responsibility. Take full responsibility for everything that happens to you without giving your personal power and your agency away. Whether it's good or bad, when you take the responsibility, you will begin to see the good that comes from that reflected into your reality. And acknowledge that you have the personal power to change and influence the events and circumstances of your life. You're no longer a product of your past and have the opportunity to shift these patterns of self-doubt and inability to forgive yourself. Number three in breaking the cycle is begin making decisions that only you, the version that loves yourself unconditionally, would align with. And this was a big one for me. Who are the people you surround yourself with? What are the ways that you treat your mind, you treat your body? What do you prioritize in your life? Who do you prioritize in your life? Begin making the decisions that only you, the version that loves yourself unconditionally, would align with. Because if right now, the person you are right now cannot make those decisions, connect with that person that has unconditional love for yourself. Your brain cannot tell the difference. Number four, on breaking this cycle of limiting beliefs and to live the life you deserve, affirm your love for yourself and the life you deserve from the moment you wake up. The minute your eyes open, begin to practice gratitude for what you have, not just what you have in your environment or the people you have, but for who you are as well, what your body has to offer, what your mind has to offer. When you wake up, this is when we are most closely connected to our subconscious, and take that opportunity to ingrain that into your mind. Don't grab your phone, don't go scrolling, start appreciating and practicing gratitude, and that will be reflected throughout your day all day. When you begin to practice love and gratitude and embracing who you are from the moment you wake up. And the last one, number five, which is most important, is stem from a lens of peace. The conversations you have with not just others, but yourself, peace. The activities you do, peace. The effort you put into things, peace. The relationship that no longer serves you, peace. And this one is a big one when it comes to your ego. If the conversation you are having with someone is not to establish peace, let it go. It is not important. Align your mind, your body, your intentions, your values, your beliefs, everything with peace, and that will be continuously reflected into your reality. When you look at the past, find a way to find peace with it. When you think about certain challenges that are upcoming in your life, find peace with it. When someone wants to argue with you or they believe that they are right, sacrifice it for the peace, because at the end of the day, your peace is most important. It is a blessing and it should be effortless for you. So to summarize, when we really think about living that life that you deserve, having the people in your life that you are deserving of, you need to focus on shifting away from the past and embracing the future, no longer playing that victim role. And how can you do this? How can you break the cycle of limiting beliefs and get the life, not just that you like or are deserving of, but the life you love, loving life with Court? Number one, increase your self-understanding. Understand what your limiting beliefs are and challenge them. Number two, take responsibility for yourself. Doesn't matter what Joe Blow did down the street. It doesn't matter what event happened, that this went on or that went on. You, at the end of the day, are responsible for your mind and your body. Number three, begin making decisions that only you, the version that loves yourself unconditionally, would align with. Number four, affirm your love for yourself and the life you deserve from the moment you wake up. And number five, most important, stem from a lens of peace. That's today's episode. That's our 50th episode. Feels so good. Continue to live the life that you deserve. And, a little affirmation that you could say every day that I try my best to say is, universe, please continue to show me how amazing and beautiful life truly is. That's today's episode. Again, I love you all, and a friendly reminder to not only be kind to others, but also to your beautiful, amazing, deserving self.